Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your main man Steven back again to bring Serie A Matchday 4 predictions. The matches are tomorrow. The UCL just concluded, the Champions League. I'm going to do reactions after I do Premier League predictions and Serie A predictions, as this one will be uploaded before the Premier League predictions, guys. And yeah, so lots of football to still cover, a lot of content, a lot of predictions, like I said on my description box on my channel. Go check that out if you want to know what content I cover on my channel. And on the road to 50, if you're new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps the algorithm grow, and it's not easy starting a new channel, so definitely we're gonna start at new heights and take it slowly, and we will get there eventually to my first target, 50 subscribers before 100, or I should be at 500 if I didn't have both channels taken down. But yeah, I have health issues, or else I would be more consistent, but definitely I'll try my best to be as consistent as possible around here, and be respectful in the comments, and leave your prediction in the comments below, Serie A fans or neutral fans. And yeah, so first off, no further ado, I don't want this video to be long-ended, hopefully 20 minutes or before 20 minutes. Lecce versus Cagliari. Let's see, Lecce versus Cagliari head-to-head ratio. 2 wins for Lecce, 3 wins for Cagliari. It's pretty even, 5 draws. I think it will be another draw. I think it will be another draw in this one. Last time, Lecce won 1-0 at home last season. Lecce can definitely do that again. But Cagliari, I don't think I know many Cagliari players though. Pandev, I think Blotti, that's about it. Blotti from Torino. And whichever other club this guy play, let's quick basic insights. Benfica. Jose Mourinho's at Benfica, guys. Go check out that YouTube short I made. Roma. Oh, he played for both Jose Mourinho clubs. And Fiorentina. Whoa, Blotti play is everywhere. That's why I can't keep up with this transfers. It's happened so fast. So Esposito as well. Common names, Italian. Only recognizable names. Other than, I don't think I know any other. Yeah, I don't know any other Idrissi. Do I know this Idrissi guy? No, this is not the Idrissi guy from Morocco. So he's not the winger from Morocco. Same name, I think. Fabio Pascani, if I'm pronouncing that right, Italian fans that know, tell me in the comments, is in charge of Cagliari. Oh, I need to stop this auto rotate on my phone. Give me a quick sec. Sorry guys, but we're back. Auto rotate really annoying when you're trying to focus on the team's more stats on the team. So in charge of Lecce is De Francesco. Definitely know this guy. I think, was he former Roma? Yeah, former Roma man. So former Roma man. Subio De Francesco. I think this was the Roma team that beat Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments. 2017 and 2019 he was there at Roma. And Manolas, was it that one? Manolesko beat Barcelona out of the, I think it was Champions League. It has to be the Champions League, right? Barcelona has not been in Europa League. I think they've been in on one occasion, if I'm not mistaken, but mostly Barcelona in Champions League for sure. So, but I think they had Napoli in the Europa League at one point. If I'm not mistaken, that was, yeah. I go for a 1-0 draw in this one. 1-0 draw for Lecce versus Cagliari. We move. Bologna versus Genoa. Bologna still looks good. Let's see on form. Bologna lost their last game to Milan 1-0. Yeah, but Bologna lost their last game September 14th to Milan 1-0. And the goal came from Modric, Luka Modric, showing his debut goal and showing his class at such that age is just a number. He's like literally 40. Yeah, exactly 40. And he's still scoring goals. So Luka Modric, big up to Luka Modric in the linking up with my Frenchman Fofana and Rabiot amongst my Frenchmen on that AC Milan team. Big up to them. But Bologna do have 3 losses. That's their form. And Stuttgart, I think it's preseason, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, preseason. So, yeah, 3 wins, 1 win. And that was against Como, Cesc Fabregas, which is kind of unpredictable. I want Cesc Fabregas to challenge for Europe this season. They're good to stay up under Cesc Fabregas, so definitely a promising team. And they have my Frenchman in that goal for Como. Just to mention my Frenchman, and the rest of the Como is when we mentioned that team. John Boutez, my Frenchman in that goal. I have him in PES Mobile, guys. I might start doing PES Mobile, FIFA Mobile, and FIFA Career Mode, FC 24, 25, 23. I don't have FC 22, by the way. I have FC 21, and my FC 20 doesn't work. That's the disc that doesn't work for me. I don't know. I got it from Carrot, but the disc does not work for me. So, yeah, Bologna does not look good in form. And up and downs for Genoa as well under, I think, Patrick Vieira, my Frenchman, former Arsenal legend, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Patrick Vieira, indeed. And who did Patrick Vieira manage before Genoa? Let me give you insights. He had career at Juventus, Arsenal, Inter Milan, and Man City, of course. Man City, rivals of Arsenal. But Newcastle FC, actually New York City FC, pardon me. Man City under 2019, so I'm surprised he managed that. That was before I was a football fan, 2015. I wouldn't have known. I need to follow some highlights from 2015, but I have bad memory. It's hard to remember stuff from the past. Nice, oh yeah, I remember him at Nice 2018, 2020. Crystal Palace as well. Oh yeah, he was in the Premier League with Crystal Palace. I thought he was definitely in the Premier League. Strasbourg, and now Genoa. So not the biggest team except for City under 19. Nice isn't really a big team in France. There's Marseille, there's Olympique Lyonnais, who probably are bigger, but Olympique Lyonnais or Monaco probably the second biggest behind PSG, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Farmers League. Correct me, Ligue 1 fans who know the French league better than me. I follow them only because I'm a France supporter. So, and PSG is my favorite team in France, Ligue 1. So definitely, yeah, no bias toward that at all. So and the reigning champions PSG. But we already a little sidetracked there, but basically speaking, head-to-head between Genoa and Bologna, 7 wins for Bologna, 10 wins for Genoa. Genoa in the favor of Genoa. And last season, Genoa did beat Bologna 3-1, and Bologna aren't without Xerxes, Musabero, Calafiori, and a few other names. But who do they have up top? Let me see about Bologna real quickly. Quick insight, Jonathan Rowe, former Marseille, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Marseille, exactly. I know my football to some degree. Benjamin Dominguez, the Argentinian, I don't think I know him. Ciro Immobile is injured. That's a massive blow for Bologna. He's quite the monster at Lazio, so former Lazio man. I think that's the biggest club he played for, Lazio, right? Oh, he played for Juventus back in the day, before I was a football fan, so that's why I don't know. But he didn't get goals there. He didn't get goals at the Juventus. No goals at Juventus, which is very sad. But a goal-scoring machine at Lazio, like I mentioned. Besiktas, 41 games, 19 goals, or 41 caps, 19 goals. You get what I'm saying. Had spells at Sevilla and had some spells at Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, looking at the old Borussia Dortmund, I remember Immobile was there for sure. But Aubameyang, Marco Reus, and Lewandowski runs the show for that Borussia Dortmund team. Bernardeschi, quality player. He's not injured, so watch out for Bernardeschi from Bologna. He's definitely came back from Toronto FC, which is where I live, but I don't support them. Toronto FC is so trash right about now in these 3 seasons. So after Giovinco, there's really not much you can see from Toronto FC, even though they have Insigne and Bernardeschi at 1 point. But who's that number 9? At Toronto FC, I don't know. Nobody delivers on a consistent basis. I think Altidore or some other player on that Toronto FC. I don't know the Toronto FC strikers that well, but I know Insigne was there, Giovinco was there, Bernardeschi was there. I think they had the goalkeeper, US goalkeeper, Johnson or something like that. That's as much as I know from Toronto FC. I don't know. I don't follow them that closely. My team in MLS is Inter Miami. Moro, quite the quality from Moroccan. Roman Freuler is definitely the talent from Atalanta in the Serie A. And which other clubs he played for? Atalanta and Nottingham Forest. Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Freuler. He transferred from Forest, pardon me. Not Villa. Why am I mixing up these Premier League clubs? I'm getting a little carried away, that's probably why. My memory is not as great as you think. Lucumi is a good central back. The John Lucumi of Colombia. Silvestri of Italy. Josh is Italian. Even though there's so many good Italian defenders anyways. Miranda. I think this played for Villarreal or one of those Spanish clubs, if I'm not mistaken. Real Betis. Yeah, Real Betis. Barcelona, ex-Barcelona man with 2 goals for Barca Athletic, the lower tier Barcelona team. I think Bologna might do it. Don't ever write off Bologna. Are they in the Champions League? They're not. I think they're not. They failed to miss. They're in the Europa League, and the first game is against Aston Villa next week. About 1 week from now. They play Villa. Bologna definitely still have quality. They definitely still have quality. Let me see where Bologna finished last season and give prediction. Because this is an insight about Genoa, my Frenchman, Patrick Vieira, against the manager of Vincenzo Italiano. Used to manage Fiorentina and Spezia. Another Italian team club. So that was in the Serie A a couple seasons back. Don't remember exactly. There's so many newly promoted teams. I have to know all of them. I only heard of them, but don't know how well they did. That's for you Serie A fans to know. So, but definitely one of the most competitive leagues. That's why I'm doing it. I have a soft spot for Juventus. They're the Italian kings, but AC Milan are the European kings for Italian club. But yeah, well, Juventus should have 5 Champions League. If they didn't encounter Real Madrid back in the day, that was 2017, 2018, I think I was in China and I watched that. I was in Taiwan and I watched that game and we ended 3-1 to Real Madrid. I think Ronaldo scored a brace or something and Asensio scored in that game. And there was Mandzukic with the bicycle kick, which was brilliant. I was celebrating the Mandzukic goal, man. That time I was already watching football, so. That was my first or second ever Champions League. I didn't watch in 2015, 2016 when Barcelona won. And I think it was 2014-15 or 2015-16 is when Barcelona won it. I always get mixed up. with the exact dates, but you know, I know Barcelona won it 5 times. But yeah, I definitely was there for Bayern winning it number 6, and Liverpool winning number 6 as well. City winning number 1, PSG winning number 1, Real Madrid winning number 14 or 13, and yeah, that's one. I think it was 16, 17 or 17, 18 when I first watched the Champions League as well. I'm a relatively new fan. See last season where Bologna finished, and then we move. We don't have all day. It's already 13 minutes. Smash up the like. Smash up the like, even though I'm long-ended a little bit. But give me credit and give me support in the comments or liking up the video. Getting more in the habit of liking up the video. Let's get to 5 likes. I don't recommend much higher on this new small channel. I recommend at least 5 likes, 3 to 5 likes on a recorded video. I get a lot more likes on the YouTube shorts. You guys can do better than that and like up my regular videos as well. So thank you, real appreciated as well. It takes a lot of effort to do these and a lot of courage and consistency to do videos like these. So definitely Bologna were 9s outside of 3 points, 4 points. 4 points. Maybe 4 and goal difference off Fiorentina, who's in Conference League qualification as well. I think Fiorentina is in the Europa League right now, as a Conference League this season. Yeah, Conference League this season. So, big up to Fiorentina, man. Will this be the year you finally win it? Possibly. I still have to see which teams are in the Conference League. That since I'm unwell, I couldn't do many reactions to the draw and just straight into predictions because health issues. Or else I would do reactions to the Champions League draw, Europa League draw, and Conference League draw, and give my early predictions who's gonna win. But my early prediction for Champions League is definitely clear. I have to be more familiarized with the Europa League and Conference League as the lower tier teams. But the Europa League, the English teams, Forest, and I think not Newcastle, Forest and Villa. I think Villa can possibly win it, but Unai Emery should focus more on the Europa League than the league. They're really struggling. And second of all, Conference League is Forest. I think no, Crystal Palace in Conference League. I want Palace to win the Conference League. As an English Liverpool supporter, of course, an Asian Liverpool supporter. And you don't see that a lot on YouTube. But indeed, it is brilliant. It is brilliant indeed. And yeah, smash up the like for me being a rare Asian Liverpool supporter as well. So, yeah, Fiorentina. Yeah, they got to 2 finals, losing 2 finals. And Conference League, indeed. But we're too long-ended. We better get back to the predictions. So let me pull up Serie A. As I do that, please smash up the like and drop a comment and share at me out. Get me the views I crave for as appreciation for the credit, the excellent work and effort I put into my videos. So Bologna, I think Bologna narrowly win. Sorry, my Frenchman, Patrick Vieira, but I think Italiano men will just edge them out 2-1. Bologna, I think, are good. Bologna, I think, are good. And last season, general, let me just check before we move for sure. There's some clubs I never know, so this season they're currently 15th, close to relegation, general. So they definitely need a massive 3 points. But general, last season were about the same level, 13th. So they should stay up. They should stay up, but be around roughly there. I don't think I did my Serie A table predictions yet. I might have to do that close to Matchday 10 or middle of the season. I did my Premier League table predictions in tier list, and I might have to change that halfway through the season, Matchday 13 to 15, close to halfway through the season, and maybe change up my, which order my Premier League table was, because I just roughly kind of underestimated some teams, like the newly promoted teams, and Bradford I put a little high, along with Wolves, possibly. But Wolves is reasonable, but Fulham, Villa, and those teams might have to go lower. Just look out for that. So, but I think Bradford might be higher for Villa, as things look okay for Keith Andrews beating Villa, and I think that was the Carabao Cup, so they progressed to the next round. And Man United still trying to appeal to I think that's the FA Cup. Was this the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup? I'm so confused. I think it's the Carabao Cup. They got an early exit against Grimsby Town, but Grimsby Town fielded an ineligible player for a minute and a few seconds. Come on, how is it? Why are you picking these marginal things and making Grimsby Town have to pay a fine or something? These marginal little errors. The new signings are like, they should be, you should know that. The coach should know that. What is he doing? Grimsby Town deserves that win, in my opinion, though. 90 minutes, we have to move. We have to move. It's too long-ended. I've been talking a little bit. I might have to edit out some things in this video, just saying. Hellas Verona, Juventus. Hellas Verona 1, Juventus 3. Jonathan David. Finally, I think it's time for Jonathan David to step up for Juventus. Dusan Vlahovic brace against Dortmund. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And yeah, because this is recording is before my match reactions to the Champions League. But I've definitely seen a brace from Vlahovic late on, 90th, first minute. And maybe before that, last kick of the game, I think, was Vlahovic as well against Dortmund. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant to savor a draw. But I don't think Jonathan David has... he scored one for Juventus. It's time for 2 or 3 goals from... I think Vlahovic, either Vlahovic brace or Jonathan David brace, my Canadian. And definitely it's time to wrap it up. Yodez. I say 3-1 Juventus though. Vlahovic, Yodez, Jonathan David, or Jonathan David brace, Yodez, or Jonathan David brace and Vlahovic. I think Juventus scores 3 or more goals, in my opinion. Either 3 or more goals. I think they will exploit Verona and really challenge the thing. But big up to Igor Tudor. I forgot to mention the 2 Croatians, Niko Kovac and Igor Tudor. What a classic game that is. Go check that out. That game was... Go check out that highlights if you haven't done so already. Brilliant classic game. So 3-1 Juventus is my final prediction. These are for fun. No betting tips. These are for fun. I get a lot of predictions wrong, but some bang on, like the Liverpool game and the Slavia Praha game is bang on. And quite a few wrong, but outcomes correct today. So I still get somewhat of points. For mentioning some players, I get extra points for mentioning Tranquil in the Sporting game as well. Despite Kayat, I think is the team. getting a late consolation goal, but Trenkel had a brace, which is excellent. I think I definitely mentioned his name in there. So the former ex-Barca player, indeed. Extra points for that. Extra points, 1 to 2 extra points for how much I mentioned those players as well. And as the goal scorer as well. So I have my own point tally for predictions as well. If anyone wants to join me, definitely be willing to collab and get me the views and likes. That's why I don't do live stream as much. It's because not many people watch it and like up the video. So these recorded videos, I think, can do the channel more good on watch hours as well. Even though it's early days, not even 1,000 subscribers, but at least I want the watch hours, so to help the algorithm grow. So yeah. So we move on to the next game. Udinese versus Milan. AC Milan. Udinese versus AC Milan. Udinese on good form. 2 wins. 3 wins and a draw. Unbeaten so far, Udinese. Amazing stuff by Udinese, 4th in the table. Don't write off this Italian team. They're very good. Unbeaten so far. Under Jordan's German manager Costa Rudziak, I think is how you pronounce his name. Won trophy at Legia Warsaw in Poland. And that's all his honors. But he didn't play for many big clubs. Darmstadt is a small club in Germany. He's German, so it makes sense. Played for the second Bayern team. München 860 München. He was the manager. I meant manage, not play. I don't think he does not have a senior career. But Legia Warsaw was the last team. I think this was amongst the biggest team he ever managed, coached. Pogoń Szczecin is also Poland, so he had some spells in Poland as well. But yes, some Germans play in Poland before, like Robert Lewandowski played in the German Bundesliga. He's not German, but that's just what I'm trying to say. But Udinese, let me see their players. Don't know these guys. Christensen, Denmark. That's a common name in Denmark. Christensen, doesn't matter how it's spelled. Hassan Kamara from Ivory Coast. That sounds like African name indeed. Sierra Leone players have Kamara, so different African nations have name Kamara. Or camera action. Likes camera action, if I like to call it. Modesto. Idrissa Gueye. Another Idrissa Gueye, but a forward Idrissa Gueye. Not the Idrissa Gueye from PSG. On loan at Udinese. Let me see where he's on loan from. Might know the some clubs. Metz of France. Indeed. Okay team from France, let's just say. They have some okay spells, some okay games. Zaniolo is definitely a quality. Not injured. Just keep Zaniolo fit and he'll strive. I think he's former at Villa. Former Galatasaray. He's area with Villa, Galatasaray. In the last 2 years, he's been at Villa, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Galatasaray. 4 clubs. That's why I can't keep up with transfers. Some players just move fast with transfers. It's hard keeping up with everything. Almost the 30-minute mark. I better speed this through. But I think Milan win narrowly, 2-1. 2-1. Modric. Possibly Modric. Possibly Fofana, my Frenchman. I definitely back in Pulisic. Let's see injuries. And get it right. Oh, Allegri suspended. Ooh. Allegri suspended this game. It seems the manager of AC Milan. He got a red card against Bologna. Let's see. Yeah, he got sent off against Bologna. Forgot to mention that. See, little things like this, you have to watch all the Serie A highlights to know. There's so much highlight. I watch so many highlights from top 5 leagues. Sometimes I forget what happened, so I have to good thing football updates me with that. Smash the like button, guys. So yeah, I think 2-1, even without Allegri, who's suspended. Mignon is injured. My Frenchman injured. Oh no! Early October. Get him before international break. We have who we have, friends. Who we have? Our group: Ukraine, Iceland. I think the other clubs suck. Countries suck. Pardon me. I'm so caught. This is club football, and then I keep saying club. Azerbaijan. We should be okay. We're at home. We should be okay. With Xavier or Bryce Samba. I would rather prefer Bryce Samba. Xavier is a good shot stopper. Penalty shot stopper. He saved some from the spot. But I think Bryce Samba is more experienced than the former Leo player, Lucas Xavier. Xavier, I think is how they pronounce it, the commentator. I keep saying Xavier or something like that. But it's Xavier for French, I think. It's that pronunciation. I don't know as much French, but I definitely support France. Canada is an English-speaking and French-speaking nation. That's possibly why I support France anyways. Former Leo. I think Bryce Samba is the more safe option, despite PSG being better than Rennes in the table, for sure. Rennes is 6, but I think Bryce Samba has more experience than the former Leo player and keeper. That's just my opinion. But it's up to the chumps at the end of the day. But I really want Zidane to go to the World Cup and win it. Guaranteed. Because the chumps, sometimes with the selections, I don't get his selections at times. He's treating Rabiot like his son. Like, in the past, he was treating Lloris like his son when we had, I think, other options in goal. And some midfielders, especially his midfielder options, it's skeptical. And sometimes his forward options are skeptical. Giroud was up in age despite being top goal scorer for France at the moment. Mbappe with 5 behind. Well, I got carried away there because I saw Mignon injured. So I have to update that before the international break predictions as well. And I might just try to do watch along for Azerbaijan, France. I'll actually try to do watch along for that. Hopefully my throat and my health recovers so I can definitely do watch along and talk as long as possible about my team France qualified for World Cup. It's coming to Paris, guys. It's coming to Paris. I'm already hyped for the World Cup. I already booked my tickets to the World Cup. So indeed, expensive tickets, but who cares? It's the World Cup. It's a rare event that happens every 4 years, guys. And how many times is it going to be held in Canada, right? So definitely Mignon is an injury concern. And Rafael Leao is a massive injury. And the rest aren't relevant. Any new updates? Milan fans, tell me. Serie A fans who know the injuries for Milan, tell me. Josh of True Gunner, tell me about major injuries for AC Milan, but I go 2-1 AC Milan. Away from home. We go to Lazio, Stadio Olimpico, I think is the stadium name. And Roma, the Rome Derby. I think this is called the Rome Derby, if I'm not mistaken. Roma, Lazio. I think Roma are better than Lazio at the moment. Yeah, Lazio is further down the table, 12th. They got, I think, former coach back as well. Maurizio Sarri as well. He was former Chelsea manager, former Juventus and Napoli manager as well. But yeah, he's back. He's back. He's back. The ex-Lazio manager was Baroni, and Tudor. Igor Tudor was actually former Lazio manager. See, the manager changed so fast I can't keep up who's the manager, but I forgot Tudor was the Lazio manager, the current Juventus manager, Igor Tudor, indeed. So big up to him. Hopefully he wins the league. But Napoli, I think it's a race between Napoli and Juventus this season. Cremonese is a good. I don't know if this is a debutant or coming down from lower league, but they're doing well. This is the unexpected team, top 3, but it's still early days in the Serie A. But a shock top 4 so far. 2 of the big 6 or big 7 teams in Serie A, Napoli and Juventus, and Cremonese and Udinese aren't in consideration. Milan outside of top 4. Roma outside. Atlanta, their manager's not good enough. Sack the Atlanta manager. Sack Juric, former Southampton manager. Sack him. This guy's not good enough, man. This guy's not good enough. He's nowhere near Gasperini, who needs to be replaced if you want Atlanta to challenge for Champions League spot again. I don't think they're challenging for title. They're challenging for Champions League spot. I don't think Inter winning, especially in 11th. Inter had I think they definitely have a hangover after the Champions League defeat to PSG in the final. They have not been the same Inter Milan. And they got rid of Inzaghi and they need time to adapt. Under their new manager, Truvu, which I don't think is the man for the job. I don't think the Romanian is the man for the job. Inter Milan is a good team. And Napoli, Inter Milan, possibly my second favorite team in Serie A. And then Napoli, possibly third. Napoli, AC Milan, debate for third. But I think Napoli. Recently it's Napoli. Back in the day, European is definitely AC Milan. I don't think Napoli won the Champions League. Correct me, Napoli fans. I don't think they ever won the Champions League. I think they never won the Champions League. Let me check their history. I don't think so. I do not think so. Europa League winner. Europa League back in the day, but not Champions League. Yeah. They never won the Champions League. But they are a good team at Sao Paulo or the Stadio Maradona Stadium now. Diego Maradona Stadium now. I mean, and Antonio Conte is a good coach to take them over. But despite losing to City today, I'm upset. They lost to City comfortably 2-0, but Di Lorenzo got a needless red card. If you want to play City, you have to stop getting the players sent off and making the job much worse. But City, it's typical City now. No overthink by Pep Guardiola. Good job at the Etihad. I think at Naples or at Diego Maradona Stadium it could have been a different story. But away, Napoli sometimes struggle. But I see, did Napoli beat Liverpool? Well, I don't want to remember any games that Napoli beat us. But Napoli definitely beat us 4-1. Back in the day, Joe Gomez mistake. Back 3-4 seasons ago? I think it was 3-4 or 5 seasons ago in the Champions League. It's been a long time. Definitely not last 2 years. That's what I recall for Napoli. But tell me in the comments below if you know. Because I don't want to remember any time we lose. I'm a sore loser. I don't want to remember. 40 minutes, it's been way too long. Let's go. Excuse me. My throat is still kind of bad. So we better move. Nuno Tavares of Lazio. I think Roma win this. But since it's a derby, I go 2-1 Roma. Patrick, Lazzari, and Gigot are big injuries in defense. I think Lazzari is defender, right? Yeah, right back. And Vincino in that midfield, the Uruguayan. I think he came from Inter Milan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Inter Milan. I own my football. Fiorentina. Bove is injured for Roma. That's a good player, but injured, unfortunately. Played for Fiorentina and had 2 spells at Roma as well. So, yeah. Let's be not long-ended. I've been too long on this video. Leon Bailey, injured Jordan's Jamaican, unfortunately. And Paulo Dybala, injured, massive injury. Until early October, hopefully that's fake, but I think he's injured from the last game. Roma last game. Who did they play last game? Let me familiarize myself again. Torino. Losing to Torino is not a good fate. And now you're playing in the same stadium. I think both of their stadiums called Stadio Olimpico, just like how Inter Milan and AC Milan both play in San Siro. So, which is a very, very interesting fact. Fun fact indeed. But I think Roma win 2-1 narrowly. Tell me your predictions in the comments below. We move. It's just prediction. It's for fun. If I bet, I will lose all my whole bank account for that. I already spent basically all my budget on the 1 World Cup ticket. That's how much it costs. But yeah. Cremonese versus Parma. Cremonese versus Parma. I think I actually go Cremonese win because they're doing well. Cremonese win 2-1 is my prediction. Cremonese. Parma without Leone, without Gervinho. I don't want to do ended. If I keep talking about players, this goes to an hour mark. It's about close to an hour mark anyways. So yeah. Torino versus Atalanta. Atalanta are in the mud, but where is Torino? Atalanta ahead of Torino. I think time for Atalanta to bounce back, but jurors possibly get the sack. I go for a 1-1 draw actually. I don't think Atalanta are good enough with this new manager. I go for a 1-1 draw. And who's in Torino? Real lesson. Because Lookman still does not want to play. He wanted to force that move to Inter Milan. That's what I'm still hearing from Sogden as well and some big YouTubers. So maybe that's the case. Why he's not getting game time. Duvan Zapata might score. For Duvan Zapata is definitely a quality former ex-Atlanta player against his former club as well. So, which is very interesting. He played for Napoli as well back in the day when I was not a football fan. So that's why I don't know he played for Napoli. But definitely remember him at Atlanta and having a good spell in the 2018 to 2020 season. And then he extended the contract and played more at Atlanta. So. Giovanni Simeone, I think he will score. Him and Duvan Zapata might just do it. Lookman not playing. Who's going to deliver? Pasilichenko. But I don't know if Torino are good enough. I go for a draw. People most likely say Torino win, I think. Atlanta win, surprisingly. Wow. I don't know. I don't trust the manager. I think he needs to be sacked. So, Fiorentina versus Como. Big up Fixtures, Fabregas and big up Fiorentina, who's in the Conference League yet again. And let's see their standings. Fiorentina outside of relegation zone. Como are 9th. Since Fabregas come on. But they're away. Tricky away. Let's see the head-to-head to settle this. 1-1. 1 win for both teams. I go for Como. Since Fabregas, former Barca, former Chelsea legend. 2-1 for Como, in my opinion. 2-1 for Como. Como won away last season as well. February. Big up to Como, man. Como lost at home, though. In November, but February. What year is this? 2023? 2024-25. So Como does get the wins. So it's one apiece. Como is a newly promoted team. Not surprised they're a newly promoted team. Never heard of them until Serge Fabregas brought good players to them. Especially my Frenchman, Jean Boutet, I think is his name. And I go just get it right this time. John Boutet. I think John, they pronounce Jean. John or June. John, I think. John in French. So definitely have a lot of quality. Alberto Moreno, ex-Liverpool man, is there as well. Quarquet, quite my Frenchman. Roberto, ex-Barca man. Remember that Ramontada in Camp Nou? Definitely. Against PSG. Definitely. Miracle at Camp Nou. Definitely. Last two games. Inter Milan, Sassuolo. Inter Milan to win 2-1. I think Inter Milan don't convince me. Even though they beat Ajax had some times, they're just missing strikers. They don't have Luc de Jong. I don't think Ajax used Berghuis at all. Or he was off the bench. I need to keep up with the highlights. I wasn't watching that game. That's why I don't know. I have to use Football to follow it. Napoli, Pisa. Napoli 3-0 against Pisa. Piece of cake for Napoli and Conte's men at Diego Maradona Stadium as well. Lukaku injured. He'll be back in November. And Romani is a massive injury. He'll be back next month. Quadrado is a massive injury for Pisa. I can't believe he played Pisa. He left Inter Milan, a good club, to join Pisa. Probably he knows the Inter Milan new coach is bad. That's probably why he left. So yeah, that's my quick fire or long Serie A predictions rather to Matchday 4 of the Serie A. Tell me your predictions in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, notification bell on, like up the video, comment. Like up the video. Give me the credit. I deserve a lot more credit than this. Peace out. Steve Squad signing out. A lot of effort put in. Please give me the credit. Peace.